South Africa's grand dame of rugby stadium, Newlands, may no longer be home to Western Province and Stormers rugby, but continues to create magical memories for some. Two families were able to spend the morning on the field one last time to enjoy a picnic under the poles, courtesy of the Players Fund and SARLA President Gavin Verigis.
A lot has been said about Newlands Stadium and obviously the Stormers and Western Province moving away from here, so a lot of emotion and a lot of history that goes with it. As the official charity of the Springboks, the Chris Berger Petro Jackson Fund had the opportunity to provide a raffle and an item where you can have a picnic here at Newlands. The last game for Western Province have been played here, and now we've created the opportunity where two families are enjoying a picnic here at this historic stadium. And Mr. Gavin Verigis actually bought the item, and he said, well, it's such a good cause, he'd love to buy the item but not come himself, get a recipient from the fund and then one of the families involved with VUCA to come and enjoy this experience. So I think all in all, it just again shows what rugby means to so many people, and just the ethos of rugby, trying to take care of each other, knowing that it's provided for us so many things, but that you need to give back a little bit and really create this community that rugby has done throughout South Africa. So special day. I'm able to bring my son to Newlands for the first time as well, and he can run around a little bit. So yeah, all in all, just a lekker day out.
Rugby not happening last year, we still had to fundraise because our 106 recipients can't just put their lives on hold and say, no, we don't need wheelchairs or repairs or medical supplies. So we had to think of different ways of raising funds. And we have two Stormers here, and we're just having such a wonderful time on this hallowed ground, which may not be here for much longer. And it just is such a privilege to be here and spend time on this beautiful venue.
No, it's obviously great to be able to give back to fans and people that have always supported the stadium, and I think the fact that this is the final stint at Newlands is a bit sad, but it's nice that we're able to send it off with having a chat with the fans and able to celebrate with like the kids and able to pass the ball around and just for one final time get to share a little bit of joy on Newlands, which has brought so many good times and been a place of happiness for so many people for so long.
It's the beginning of a new chapter for Cape Town's home ground. Newlands is not going to be existing next year, so we're trying to make the most of the last part.
The picnic brought back some memories that we had at Western Province, and this picnic, especially for my family, it meant a lot to them because they know how passionate I am about rugby, and to see Jean de Villiers in real life talking to me, my boyhood hero, it was awesome. There's not actually much you can say, but thank you to Dale and Gavin for the opportunity that the kids can have to grow, develop the rugby in our areas, and to just say thank you from them and myself. It's much appreciated.
For Jean, Newlands holds many special memories.
Probably my best memory as a professional rugby player was when I played my 101st Test match here. And as you said, the 100 jerseys hanging there in at the reception here at Newlands, and I played my 101st game. Now Luca, my son, was still in my wife's tummy, pregnant at the time. I was able to run out here with my two daughters, and they were able to experience this and run around on the field after the game. We played Australia, we won the game, I scored 2 tries, and it really was just a culmination of everything that I love thrown into one day. My parents had season tickets over there, and they were there every single time I played, and no different on that day. My brother was here, my friends, and again, it's one of those special things that rugby provided for me, and this was the home that hosted all of it.
Former Western Province and Springbok loose forward Dugald McDonald has special memories from his childhood.
When we were kids, we used to sit on the scholars' benches, which weren't behind a fence. They were. You like to sit in a place where the players got tackled into touch, and you you felt the pain with them.
And I like today does means a lot because it does give us the opportunity to come out a bit, to come and enjoy some fresh air, and it's nice for the Chris Burger Fund to arrange something like this for us, to have to enjoy, spend some quality time on Newlands.
Yeah, I think the Players Fund really is an essential service needed in rugby. We're all aware that rugby is a contact sport, a physical sport, and unfortunately every now and then a player gets affected in a really bad way. You know, spinal and head injuries, you know, are sometimes very serious injuries, and you know we can see at the back our heroes sitting on wheels. You know, they're the guys that loved rugby but unfortunately had a bad experience, and it's our responsibility as a rugby community to look after them. The Players Fund does that, and that is the work that we do, and we don't forget about those affected badly by the game of rugby. So you know, as long as there's one bad spinal injury, one person that succumbs to an injury on the rugby field, it's one too many. So as long as we don't get it to zero, you know, this fund has got a role to fulfill within rugby in South Africa, you know, and we look after those that are affected.
And SARLA looks forward to helping make a difference and continuing to support the Players Fund. The day at Newlands was also a fitting way for Jean to say his final farewell by celebrating his 40th there.
Well done.